Okay, so moving on, we've explored some of the effects that we can assign to each of our wavetables and within our oscillators. And one of the things I want to cover real quick, we're going to talk about the sub oscillator here in this tutorial. Let me zoom into it. But before I do that, I want to mention something within the wavetables view. We've been looking at the linear view. And if you come over here, you've got the straight line, which is the linear tab, and then you've got the circle, which will give you this view. Just a different way to visualize what's happening and how the sound and how the shapes and movement within the shapes are actually affecting, what you're doing. So just a nice visualization there, or a different way to, view what's happening to your sound. And if you're wondering, if you close this down, that is still available here, even without the big view. You've got the linear and the circles still available here, and that applies to both oscillators. So having covered that, let's take a look, if I can zoom in correctly, at the sub oscillator section. So that's this guy right here. So you can turn it on or off just by clicking within the square. And you can hear right away how it's already assigned 1 octave down. If I put it to 0, it's got more of that sine wavy sound back to a bassier sound. So if you really want to add some bass or some heavy weight to any of the sound designs that you're working with, you want to come over here and explore the sub oscillator. That's the idea here, is to give you, maybe if you're working on a bass patch and you want a really deep, heavy sound, you want to come over and explore some of the things you can get away with a sub. So that's why we need to take a look at it. So it's got the gain. I can turn things down, turn things up. I'm going to come back here around 7 or 8. And then you've got the tonality, so we can change the tone. In a very cool way. And you can also go down 2 octaves if you want. You can get really, really deep there with that sound. And then change the tonality there as well. And again, just like some of the other effects and different parameters we've been working on, all this is assignable within the envelopes in the LFOs. So that's something we're going to, as we move through the lessons here in the course, we're going to take a closer look at. And finally, you have your global transposition adjustment here, and this will affect both oscillators simultaneously. So it's global transposition. Get some pretty deep growly stuff going on there. So we'll double click and go back to our default 0. And that is a quick, easy look at the sub oscillator within the Wavetable synth. Let's go ahead and move on and take a look at some other features that we need to explore throughout the rest of the course here.